Hey guys, it is Spooky Noodles, and I am here with another top 5 video. In this one, we're gonna do my top 5 favorite creepypastas. I have listened to a lot of creepypastas in my day, and I like to say I know a thing or two about creepypastas. Creepypastas, I read the No Sleep stories. I read every story basically. Not every story, but I've read a lot of stories on the Creepypasta website and the wiki page. I've been on No Sleep for a while. That's where I post my stories, and I posted my stories on Creepypasta wiki, and I have 2 stories on the Creepypasta page, website I should say. So I know a thing or two about creepypastas, and if you don't think I do, I can do a citation. I will leave 2 links to creepypastas I've written. I've written The Portal in the Woods by Nicholas Gray, and The Dog Napper by Nicholas Gray. Those are my 2 most infamous stories. If I had any infamous stories, those are the 2 stories that I'm known for. I've done other stuff like, well, I've just done other stuff, but it's not as well known as those 2 stories are. The Chilling Tales for Dark Nights have done, have produced narrations for both those stories. So yeah, I'll leave links to them and you can go check it out. But onward, let's move on to let's move away from my criteria or whatever the word is I wanted to use there, and let's move on to my top 5 favorite creepypastas. Now this may be different than yours, but I personally believe these are the 5 best creepypastas. So in my opinion, these are the 5 best creepypastas. And I have them on my handy dandy phone here. Let me just load it up. Alright, so first we're going to start off with some honorable mentions. So I'll throw up a list here, and this would be the honorable mentions. So, basically I have stories on this list like, well, let me load up the picture I'm going to post so I don't say I'm out of order here. But there we go. So my honorable mentions are The World's Best Psychologist. I believe I got that right. By Creepy Carbs. Then we have Last of the Sparks by Jacob Jewell. My Neighbor's Dog Has a Zipper by Christopher Maxim. I Know Why We Never Return to the Moon by Martin Heroer. I think I said his name right. And Symmetry by Always Through. So those are honorable mentions. They just didn't make the cut for the top 5, but I still think they're very good short stories or creepypastas, if you will. So go check them out. I liked them a lot, so I would imagine you would too. Well, let's get into my top 5 now, shall we? Number 5, and this might be a little like people might think this should be farther up the list, but on my list it's number 5, and that's Mayhem Mountain by C.K. Walker. It's about a story about this kid or teenager or adult that purchases a theme park, and it's like a rusted down theme park. It has roller coaster rides and stuff like that, and they basically go on this long deserted ride called Mayhem Mountain, and things go down is all I'm gonna say. If you haven't listened to the story before, I will leave a link in the description and you can go check them out. Alright, number 4 is Hunger by William Dalphin. I think that's how you say his name. The first time I heard this one was on the Chilling Tales for Dark Nights YouTube channel. I heard Mayhem Mountain through another narrator. I forget what his name is. Read or not read, but listened to Hunger on Chilling Tales for Dark Nights, and it was done by an excellent narrator. I think it was Jesse Clement, or not Jesse Clement. Can't remember his name. Jeff Clement, I think his name is. He did an excellent job narrating it. He might have also did Mayhem Mountain. I can't remember who I listened to do Mayhem Mountain, but Hunger is about this woman who goes to see a therapist or psychiatrist or something like that, and it's just a brutal story. It's brutal. If you want a brutal story, I suggest go listen to that one. I liked it a lot. I liked the twist at the end. For fair warning, there's a little bit of gore in it. A little bit, not that much, but there's some good visuals in there. I think you'll enjoy it. Number 3, we have Plot Holes by David Knoppel. I think that's how you say his name. This one was very entertaining, and it's one of my favorites of all time. Hence, it's like number 3. I could only think of 2 other ones that could probably be better than this one. This one was really hard to put at number 3 in the first place. Plot Holes is basically about this kid who him and his friend go out into the woods, and they find an abandoned house, and the floor caves in underneath them, and his friend dies. But the next day he goes to school, his friend is alive. So he finds his first plot hole in the universe. And he finds out that subsequently things happen. And yeah, it's a good story. Very good story. I suggest you watch it or listen to it or read it or whatever. I'll leave a link to either the narration or the creepypasta itself. Number 2, we have The Swing by Dan David. The Swing is about this kid, like college kid, who moves into this neighborhood, and his neighbors are a little bit, odd, but not too odd, not too out there. But there's this kid who swings on this swing every night, and the guy realizes that the kid gets his medicine and he's better. Like he has these like seizures or something like that, and so at least that's what he believes. And one day the family doesn't get their medicine because it accidentally gets mailed to him instead, and he says, "Oh, I'll give it to them later," but he doesn't realize the severe mistake he makes by doing that. So I'm not going to say any more about the story. It's a very good story. Very, very good story. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Sorry, I got an itch. This hat can be itchy at times. And then we have number 1. So drum roll. Fleshgait by Travis Kuhlman. Now, a lot of you might not agree with this one, but I heard the Dark Somnium do this one on Chilling Tales for Dark Nights. And that's how I found out about the Dark Somnium. I love the Dark Somnium. He does a lot of sci-fi stuff, a lot of sci-fi horror, and I just absolutely love it. It's a bunch of existential stuff. Fleshgait is about these group of kids, or well, I keep calling everyone a kid, but they're like in their 20s, they go off into this mountain, or not mountain, this like canyon. They're walking among this, like they're going hiking on this canyon per se, I guess, not per se. I can't talk today. They go up this canyon and they get lost, and following them is this creature who fills your mind with fake memories. That's all I'm gonna say. It's pretty crazy. I enjoyed this. It's my favorite creepypasta of all time. Again, the honorable mentions were honorable mentions for a reason, and 5 through 2 are very, very good stories, but Fleshgait is my favorite all-time creepypasta. If you have not listened to it, I highly suggest Dark Somnium's performance of it. He did an amazing job. But yeah, tell me what you guys' favorite creepypastas are. These are my personal ones, so they might not be the same as your list. But hey, post your list and let's compare. Maybe I gave you some stories you never heard before, and you can go listen to them. But these are the stories that I mentioned here, and I think they're amazing. Each writer is different, so there hasn't been a reoccurring theme of writer. In fact, I don't even think the honorable mentions have the same writer there. There's a few pseudonyms. Obviously, that's not their names. So I don't know what their actual name is, but like Creepy Carbs, Always Through, you know. So I don't know, but the top 5 list, I was able to find the authors for each story. Yeah, so what do you think about Mayhem Mountain, Hunger, Plot Holes, The Swing, and Fleshgait? That is my list for my top 5, and I hope you guys enjoyed. As you can see by the window, it is daytime, so I hope you have a good day. I hope you have even a spookier night, and I will see you in the next video. Alright, bye guys.